Alright, YouTube. It's been a while since I posted a video. Um, but I had something happen at work that was a reminder of what the greats are willing to do to compete with those that they deem faster, better, or overall more talented than themselves. As always, it's the man of wisdom, and here's your daily reminder. Yesterday, while at work, close to closing time, one of my coworkers, who's also a manager, was opening to the store today. Now there's me, another guy, I'm just going to call him G for the first letter of his first name for privacy policy. And then there's a girl named K for the first letter of her first name. Me, G, and K can open our business and have everything we need done for the night crew to come in, prepared and ready by 4 o'clock, with it being just us in the building, like our one body with with the driver, or if it's us, 11 to 2 help for the lunch rush, and one driver. Now the person that I will mention, his name is W for the letter of his first name. W goes and takes the initiative to begin prepping his work for today, yesterday. And at first, I was a little stumped because I was in the middle of a rush, and it was two people working the night shift, like actually doing the work for the business of the night shift, as opposed to the four people we're used to having. Now, with this being said, W begins prepping his work for tomorrow or for today, yesterday. And when he got done prepping his work, the materials that I had to put away at the end of the night, I had to find a secondary space for because all the work that he prepped took up my standard storage space. So again, I was a little flustered because of the storage space issue. And I took 10 seconds to go take a look at the schedule to get a better understanding of why he began prepping today's work yesterday. And after looking at the schedule and seeing who he had working with him, not only realizing that he was the one working today, but to see who he had working with him, it made a lot of sense. And in that moment, I was reminded of a Kobe Bryant video. I reminded myself, I remembered a Kobe Bryant video. Kobe Bryant did a video one time where he went to, well, somebody else did a video explaining Kobe's drive. Kobe was in the gym practicing before a game. He was in there practicing for 4 hours by himself. And then a player from the opposite team of which he was playing that following day, or later on that evening, a player from the opposite team came in the gym and he began to practice. And the guy showed up just as Kobe was finishing up his practice. But what Kobe actually did was not only did he continue practicing when the other players showed up in the gym, he continued practicing an extra hour after that player got through practicing. And the very next game, when he played that player in their team, in that player's team, Kobe Bryant scored 57 points. So the guy was curious, and so he walked up to Kobe Bryant and he goes, "Hey man, why did it look like you were ready to leave the gym before when I was coming in, but you chose to stay? Not only did you stay, you practiced an hour longer than I did when you were already there before I got there." And Kobe made a simple reply. Kobe said, "I wanted to show you that no matter how hard you practice, I'm willing to practice harder to be the best." And watching W do this exact thing yesterday was a great reminder of what champions will go through in order to prove that they're valuable. Yes, he could have came into work today and not didn't work today, so I don't know exactly how today went. I'll learn that tomorrow when I check the numbers and talk to the crew. But W, he could have waited till today with the staff that he had and not have his work completed in time and stayed over today to get it done while the night crew worked like the normal shift is supposed to run. But what he did was he did it early. There's a saying, when you're early, you're right on time. When you're right on time, you're late. And if you're late, then don't even bother showing up. And like I said, this guy gave me a reminder of why he was allowed into management. Because he proved that although he may not be as fast, he may not be as patient, and he may have a certain level of anxiety that will limit him from competing with the best during the time in which the best are performing. But he also showed that he's willing to go that extra mile to make sure he has done what the best can do during a busy moment. And I want to commend him on that. So shout outs to W. You're actually a subscriber of this channel. So when you see it, I hope you take recognition in it. Well, like I said, I just want to remind the people that although you may not be as good, or I'm not even going to say not as good, although you may not be as fast or as accurate as your coworkers, your family, your friends, your neighbors, random associates that you encounter. But it does not mean you are unable to get the work done. All that means is if you want to have it done in the same timely fashion or by the same time frame in which they have it done, sometimes you have to start early. And if you really want to succeed, knowing your weaknesses is the first step to success. That's my personal belief. If you know your weaknesses, that is your first step to success. Because knowing your weaknesses gives you the opportunity to counteract your weaknesses with the action of strength. And again, this is just a small example, but he started his work a day early. Well, 14 hours early in order to have what he needed done by 4 o'clock today. That's the mentality of a champion. So if you want to be a champion and you know your weaknesses, don't be ashamed to start early. Yes, you're going to have critics, but we all know you got to take the good with the bad. So if somebody doesn't understand why you're starting early, then that person's not a champion. If a person's going to ridicule you for starting early, that person's trying to hold you back. Never be afraid to start early to make sure you get it done in a timely fashion. As always, it's the man, the voice of wisdom, and I look forward to your comments, your feedback, and all other details that you may have, or even similar scenarios, because there's motivation in everything. So if you have a similar scenario, feel free to record a video, post it to YouTube, and add the link to this. Together we stand, divided we fall. Let's bring together the modern day men and women of society who are willing to go that extra mile to make sure they are a success. Because a small success for you is a big success for your team. Again, the man of wisdom. Look forward to your comments.